Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Thank you for coming. First of all, let's start our meeting with Al-Fatiha. Okay, I see that everyone is here. Let's start the meeting. First of all, I would like to extend my warm welcome to Miss Balqis, who has just joined us. Uh, okay, unfortunately, Mr. Andrew will not be here today because he has an urgent matter to attend to. Okay, so our aim today is to discuss solutions to assist people with disability in facing challenging situations like pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, flood, and economic downturn. First, shall we start with the report from the previous meeting, which was held on 1st November 2021? Right, Ms. Balkis, over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Zarifah. Let me just summarize our last meeting that was held on 1st November 2021 on Tuesday at Acacia Room. The meeting started at 10 a.m. and end at 12 p.m. The last meeting was attended by all the participants except Mr. Abdullah because he went to Penang for our company project. In the meeting, the discussion was about how our company can help students that were affected by COVID-19 to continue their online study or ODL. All the decisions in the meeting can be referred to the minutes that I have circulated just now. Is there anything to be corrected?
Excuse me, Ms. Balqis. May I say something here? I think there is a mistake with the name assigned to provide online learning equipment. Mr. Muhaimin should be replaced by Ms. Aisha.
Okay, next. Anything else?
Excuse me, Ms. Balqis. I found that there was also an error with the date of the last meeting. The actual date of the last meeting was on 2nd November 2021.
Alright, I will note it. Thank you.
Okay, if there is no more amendment, let's move to the next agenda. Matters arising. Any matters to arise?
Excuse me, Ms. Zarifah. I just want to update you that the finance department is still in progress to approve the allocation for this program.
Thanks for the update. I hope it can be settled by next week before we start our new project. Ms. Balkis, can you contact the finance department to prepare the document by next week?
Sure, Ms. Zarifah. And one more, in our last meeting, we decided to help the unprivileged students by providing them laptops. I have contacted the HP company and sent them a letter to buy their laptop like you asked. They have responded and they want to join us in this program. They agreed to sell the used laptop with 20% discount and 15% discount for a new laptop. They also will sponsor earphones for every laptop we buy. The formal letter will be sent in this couple of days.
Such good news. Hope this program will help many students to continue online learning.
Yes, I hope so. I will thank them later for their willingness to join our program. Alright, anything else? If there is nothing else to raise, will someone move that the minute of the last meeting be accepted?
I propose the last meeting to be accepted.
I see no objection to that.
Okay, if there is no more amendment and matters arising, I hereby confirm the minutes of the last meeting. Okay, let's move on with today's agenda. Like I've mentioned just now, our purpose for today's meeting is to look into new alternative or method to help people with disability in coping with challenging situation during the COVID-19 pandemic, flood, and economic downturn. As we all know, the pandemic we are facing now is adversely affecting the world. Besides, on 20 December 2021, again, our country was tested by flood disaster. Both of these disasters affect the economy of our country. This situation contribute to an economic downturn to our country economies. Our government has done its best to help all the people, but I think we should support our government by going down the field and giving help to those in need. Among many groups, I think the most affected group is um, people with disability. That's why I advocate this program. Allocation for this program is 1 million. So, shall we start with Ms. Najwa first? Do you have any suggestion on how we can help disabled people during this COVID-19 pandemic?
Thank you, Ms. Zarifah. Financial problems are often a major obstacle to meet the needs of the disabled, especially during this pandemic, because their physical condition is different from others. They have trouble finding a source of income. Sometimes their fate is worse than others because not everyone has the awareness to help people with disabilities. People with disabilities need to have the same right as ordinary people. So I would like to suggest that one-off financial assistance be given to the disabled affected by the pandemic. Maybe this will help enlighten their load. What do you all think?
Excuse me, can I know how much is provided to the disabled people?
Through this contribution, I am targeting assistance of around 450,000 ringgit to 500,000 ringgit for those who are affected. Thus, it can help 3,000 people with disabilities generate income during pandemic.
That sounds like a very good idea.
Yes, that's right. This is because they can buy foods and drink for their daily needs.
Yes, but that's not all, Miss Aisha. The disabled person can also use the donation money to pay rent, electric bills, phone bills, and other expenses. The rising cost of living, particularly in urban areas, has truly made them more frustrated and hopeless.
Is so? Then, what about we increase the amount of the donation?
I'm afraid I don't share the same view as you, Mr. Muhaimin. I believe that half of the available funds can be put to better use. They may also require more readily available assistance, such as medical assistance and other equipment. This is because during this pandemic, they find it difficult to go out to buy goods due to their physical condition. Therefore, it is preferable that we give them half of our resources in the form of monetary donation and the other half in the form of other equipment. As a result, we can give them the option to spend the money as they see fit.
And that's right. I agree with your point of view, Ms. Najwa. This will make things easier for them, especially for those who do not have a vehicle. As we know, people with disabilities are those who have limited lifestyle or movement. Even though they look normal like others, but sometimes they have their own difficult time because of their disability, especially when they are facing society. So, my suggestion is why not we provide them e-hailing service at half price. This provision will help them because there is no need for them to be crowded with other people to take or to use public transport such as LRT or buses or so on. If I can give you an example, like blind people, yes, maybe some might say they are independent enough or adapt enough with their life, with their lifestyle. But still, for me, they still have limited movement and need to be helped. So if we provide them this e-hailing service, it will help them much. That is my suggestion.
Okay, I'll agree. As a result, will we make a donation of 450,000 ringgit to the disabled people who have been affected by this pandemic. Miss Najwa, you are in charge of the financial assistance, and Miss Balqis, you are in charge of the healing service. Okay, Miss Balqis, please remember to take notes.
Alright, Miss Zarifah, I will.
Okay, if I may add, providing employment opportunities to the disabled is also the best way to help them to get a job, to support their families, and thus help them out of poverty. I suggest this proposal because many private parties practice a policy of favoritism, especially toward the disabled. If you train them, be fair and not prejudice against them, I believe that disabled people also get their opportunity and be able to contribute their skills to advance the company.
Yes, Miss Zarifah, you are right.
Miss Balkis, can you handle it for me?
Yes, Miss Zarifah, I will.
Thanks. Any problem, just inform me.
If I may interrupt Ms. Zarifah, in this current situation, it is difficult for disabled couple who have children and at the same time have to work to earn money to cover their living needs. I would like to suggest that we provide our childcare center service for disabled couple for free. This can help reduce their burden on the couple. While in a childcare center, children will be more exposed to a conducive environment to emotional development. In addition, care centers also provide activities that are carried out every day to stimulate the mind so that cognitive development continues. And of course, we will emphasize on standard operation procedure or SOP as a government recommendation to reduce the risk of COVID-19.
Excuse me for interrupting. I think that's a good idea. But do our childcare centers still have space for them?
Yes, it's not a big deal because we have two childcare centers. Also, I made certain of that. Our childcare center have a great amount of space and can handle a big number of children.
Yes, that's right. Their parents also have nothing to worry about if they send their children to one of our children care center because none of them has ever had a major issue. Also capable of ensuring their children's safety.
Okay, if you say so, then I agree with it, and it will be under you, Miss Umi.
Not Miss Zarifah.
Okay, Miss Balkis, please take a note. Now we move to the next suggestion. Anyone?
May I add some suggestion, Miss? I think we also could support the disabled by providing or donating some medical aid, therapy or artificial device that are suitable with their needs.
That's how I see it too, but how are we supposed to know their needs? Because the disabled needs may be different for each person.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Miss Umi, for the question. Well, disability is extremely diverse. Even though some health condition associated with disability result in extensive healthcare needs, all people with disability have the same general healthcare needs as everybody else, and therefore require access to mainstream healthcare service. We should refer to doctors or people with the disability themselves for the information about the medical aid or artificial devices that are suitable for them.
Yes, that's right. Because they are the expert on their needs and how best to meet them.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mohaimin. In addition, therapy and motivation assistance is also necessary because disabled people what most deeply is to be seen, heard, believed, and taken seriously. This happens most often for people with less visible disability who need understanding and accommodation, but are often outright regarded as fakers. A therapist can support a client to manage the stress of disability, navigate the effect of disability on relationship, and advocate for their needs.
I agree with that. For many disabled people, the biggest challenge of living with a disability is not the disability itself, but the way society responds to that disability.
Exactly. I hope society can change this negative attitude toward disabled people. Alright, Miss Aisha, I agree with your suggestion and you are in charge of it.
Excuse me, I have one more idea to add. We also need to learn the right ways to interact with those people with disabilities. Usually, they are treated as a second-class society. Many are most suitable to talk to a normal caregiver than dealing directly with them. Maybe they have a disability, but they are capable and able to make decisions for themselves. Introduce yourself when meeting them. Don't ask the question, do you know who I am? Their, their intellectual abilities should not be measured by their ability to know you.
I agree with Mr. Mohaimid's idea just now, but can I know if there are other ways for us to help people with disabilities who live in homes alone?
Good question, Ms. Umi. We should take more volunteers to entertain the disabled people that live alone, so they will not feel lonely and emptiness. This welfare program provides service to the poor disabled and living alone with daily affairs such as keeping the place clean, copying them, shopping, taking care of their health, and paying bills for them online, as we need to minimize our movement in crowded places.
Welfare programs are always needed, so we can always keep in touch with disabled people. Alright, Mr. Mohaimin, you will conduct that program. So, we have 6 ways to help disabled people during this pandemic. What about flood victims? How can we help them?
Maybe we can replace their damaged stuff, as we saw or read in the news. The flood incident destroyed almost all the stuff in the victim houses, such as clothes, household appliances, furniture, vehicle, and many more. My suggestion is we give them household appliances such as basic kitchen utensils and other necessities. This is to help them build all the atmosphere of their home after the flood.
That's right. I agree with you, Miss Umi. As for their vehicle damage, why not if we pay the cost of the public transportation they use, such as when they're going to their workplace or anywhere else, while their vehicle are in the workshop. Absolutely, we can't afford the cost of a new vehicle to be given to them. So my suggestion is my suggestion just now will help them while they repair their vehicles.
Yes, I agree with both of you. For flood victim, we will allocate 250,000. Miss Umi and Miss Balqis, you will be in charge of those 2 programs. Miss Balqis, can you please conclude our meeting today to make it more clear?
Sure, Ms. Zarifah. In this COVID-19 pandemic, we agreed to spend 450,000 ringgit for financial assistance to the disabled that were affected by the pandemic. Then, we also agreed to provide disabled people with e-hailing service at half price employment opportunities, and provide childcare centers to the children whose parents work. Besides, we will also provide or donate some medical aid, therapy, or artificial devices that are suitable for the needs of disabled people. And last but not least, we will have the welfare program for them. All this assistance will cost 300 ringgit. 300,000 ringgit, sorry. It will cost 300,000 ringgit. For flood victims, we will replace a part of their damaged stuff and bear the cost of the public transportation they use. And our budget for the flood victims is 250,000 ringgit.
Thanks, Ms. Balqis and everyone. Well done. I really appreciate all of your brilliant suggestions and opinions. All this will contribute to the success of our new program. Alright, it looks like we covered the main point. Is there any other business?
Um, Excuse me, Miss Zarifah. For your information, our project in Johor was approved and it will be started in a few months.
Congratulations again, everyone, for your efforts. It is a success for our company. Maybe we can get to the next meeting to discuss this project.
The schedule for next week looks not too dense, so maybe we can have the next meeting at the time. The exact date, time, and venue will be informed later.
Mr. Muhaimin, you are the person in charge of the project, right?
Yes, Ms. Zarifah, I am.
Alright, keep following the progress of the project and keep updating me. Any problem, just let me know.
Okay, noted, Ms. Zarifah.
Alright, that's it done. It looks like we run out of time. Now 12 to 3 p.m. already. Sorry for the overtime. If no one has anything else to add, then I think we wrap this up. I declare this meeting closed. Let's close this meeting with Tasbih Kafarat and Surah Al-Aqsa. Thank you for your attendance and participation, everyone. Have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.